democracy is not winning the debate. Democracy is having the debate. And that debate is so important, to hear each other, to be curious, to say, "I know what I think, but tell me what you think." And that takes a bit of courage if it's someone you fundamentally disagree with. But I think it's really important to know how the other side think. They might challenge your ideals. And if they do, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe your ideals need challenging. Or they might help you solidify your ideas. Either way, it's good to be exposed to different ways of thinking.
That's the beauty in life, right? Diversity. And you talk about being a cultural provocateur. I think that's such a good, not label, but good kind of evocative way of describing what you do and what we should all aspire to do, because you're provoking conversation, and that can never be a bad thing. But it's now these days, it's very difficult, like you said, to have an honest, open discourse where you can respect someone else's point of view. And it's just extreme versus extreme. I hate you because you're in that box. Whereas 99% of the population are somewhere within those extremes, right? As a photographer, I think it's an underrated and not talked about enough point where it's the photography is a tool and it's a mindset. We're able to expose, if you're taking a photo of many of the world leaders and controversial world leaders that you have done, then surely sparking a conversation exposing this person, or at least putting them in the spotlight so we can have a conversation, an honest conversation. And like you said, maybe change someone's mind, or maybe reinforce what you believed in. Maybe we can come together and compromise a little bit. And that is really the essence of storytelling, of a voice as a photographer. You have a style and a voice, and I'm interested to find out how you cultivated that voice. Did you always have an interest in these types of stories? I know some of it came from your commercial work to
Yeah.
begin with, and maybe you evolved through that. But was this something from an early age that you wanted to kind of get your voice out there in these types of ways?
Yeah, I've always had a healthy disregard for power.
Okay.
I'm immune to power. I'm not immune to threats and physical damage, um, but I am immune to the intimidation side of power. Always have been. Um, and and that allows me to have different kind of interactions with people. Martin Luther King once said, "Beware of the illusion of supremacy." And that always stuck in my brain. I always thought that's very interesting because supremacy is an illusion. There is no such thing as a supreme person, or, someone is somehow higher on a level in society than someone else. I mean, I know people may hold great responsibility, and that is something to admire. But a nurse holds great responsibility. She's got someone's life in her hands. A doctor is the same. I mean, an electrician does, because if they get the wiring wrong, your house is going to burn down. Um, all of us hold great responsibility. If you have a family, you're responsible for your children. Um, there's no greater responsibility than seeing a mother give birth. I mean, it's just an extraordinary thing. Um, so I don't buy that someone walks in the room and we're all supposed to bow down to them. That doesn't mean I'm not respectful. Um, I'm always respectful, but I'm respectful to everybody. So someone walks in the room after an insane power buildup. I see it for what it is. It's a trick. It's a game. They must be scared of me if they're trying really, really hard to bring me down to a different level. I'm nothing. I've got no power at all. I've got no corporation behind me. I've got no country or government backing me. I'm a complete independent thinker, and I've chosen the path of independence all my life. I have collaborated with big corporations and powerful people, but uh, I was never working for them. And that was always clear in my brain. I was never working for them.